Tie-dye girls, at it again! Yeah! Gee whiz, Bella! What are you doing on that swing?
Testing the potential kinetic theory. Say, Megan, I can't seem to understand how much kinetic and potential energy is being used.
Well, kinetic energy is relative and difficult to solve because it's based on how much motion is taking place. It is half of its mass times the square of its speed. It is measured by joules.
Whoa, Megan, those were some fancy terms. Do you think you could explain to me what kinetic energy is in easier terms?
Sure thing, Bella. Kinetic energy is energy in motion.
Oh, I remember hearing something about that in science class. Something about vibrational, translational, and rotational?
You got it, sister. Vibrational kinetic energy is energy that is caused when an object is vibrating. Translational kinetic energy is motion along the path from one place to another. Rotational kinetic energy happens when one object rotates.
We learned something about the 7 forms of energy. Is kinetic one of them?
No, Bella. Kinetic energy can be used with any of the 7 energies. Bella, electrical energy is energy of moving electrons.
Like lightning? Man, I hate lightning.
Yep. Then there's electromagnetic radiation energy, which is microwaves, X-rays, and gamma rays. I don't know how it has kinetic energy, I just know it has it. Then there's sound energy. When there's sound, it is translational because the waves move from one place to another. Chemical energy is kinetic when you use the stored energy to make a reaction. Nuclear is kinetic when you split the nucleus of atoms.
Cool beans, man.
Yeah, I am cool.
So, Megan, you think you're so smart talking about all this kinetic stuff, huh? Well, I happen to know a few things about potential energy.
Like what?
It's the stored energy of position or state. That's about it.
You're crazy. I think there's more to potential energy than that. Like the fact that it can be transferred and doesn't rely on its environment.
Just messing with ya. I know more. I've been told there are 2 main types of potential energy, gravitational and elastic.
Tell me more, I love to learn.
Well, gravitational potential energy is the energy in an object depending on its vertical height or position.
Like the swing and it goes back down?
Exactly. And elastic potential energy is the amount of energy due to stretching or compressing.
So basically, the higher the object is, the more gravitational potential energy, and the more something can stretch, the more elastic potential energy there is.
I must be a good teacher if I can teach Megan Hatfield.
Aww.
I'm sorry.
It's okay as long as you apologize. Types are the only types of potential energy though?
No, those are just the main types. There's also electrical, chemical, and nuclear.
Ooh, explain.
Fine, but only because they have a lot of free time. Nuclear potential energy is the energy possessed by particles in an atomic nucleus. Right. Let's move on to electrical and chemical potential energy. Electrical potential energy is the amount of energy due to its electrical charge. Chemical potential energy is related to the arrangement of molecules and atoms in an object.
Wow, Bella, that sounded so sciencey.
I know. I am pretty awesome, aren't I? What else do you want to know?
How about the determining factors that make energy potential?
Lucky for you, that's fresh in my brilliant mind. For starters, obviously the object needs to be at rest and only transformed into a new type of energy when acted on by a force.
What about the law of conservation of energy? Does that follow it?
Yep. When it changes to kinetic energy, the energy isn't created or destroyed, just changed. Ooh, I just remembered another interesting fact. In order for the object to have potential energy, it has had to have been changed by some type of force.
Fancy! So why do they call it potential energy?
Obvious, because it has the potential to be used later.
Ding. Don't mass and height or distance determine how much potential energy an object has?
You know it.
I'm still confused on what it is potential energy.
Here's some examples. Your jaw before you chew is potential energy in the body. Your fingers before you snap is potential sound. Geysers before they erupt. Potential thermal energy. A cell phone is potential radiant energy. An example of chemical potential energy is a charged battery. Also, a yo-yo before it's released is potential mechanical energy.
Woo. Thanks for those very detailed examples. I wish there was some way to remember the differences between potential and kinetic energy.
Haha, there it is. Potential before you snap. Kinetic when you do it. Potential before you snap. Kinetic when you do it. Potential before you jump. Kinetic when you do it. Potential before you jump. Kinetic when you do it. Potential before you dance. Kinetic when you do it. Potential before you dance. Kinetic when you do it. Well, I gotta go mow my mom's lawn. Hopefully I have a lot of potential energy stored inside me.
Bella, you have no potential.
Aww.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to seem cool